Good afternoon, and please remain standing for the presentation of our nation's colors. The colors are presented by the Rogers High School JROTC under the direction of Sergeant Sidney. Today's national anthem will be performed by the award-winning Four Horsemen, Cameron Daves, Tanner Heatherly, Adam Ward, and Jordan Earnhout.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Good afternoon and welcome to Rogers High School's 49th annual commencement exercises. My name is Jason A. Smith and I have the honor and privilege of serving as principal. On stage with me this afternoon are school board directors Mr. Chris Eyrig and Mr. Michael Keaton. Dr. Tim Yeomans, Superintendent of the Puyallup School District. Assistant Superintendent Mr. Casey Cox. Dr. John Parker, Chief Academic Officer of Regional Learning Community Number 2, and our keynote speaker, Senior Teacher Extraordinaire, Miss Elizabeth Hallberg. I fully believe with all my heart that public education is truly the great equalizer in this country. It allows young people the opportunities to grow, mature, and reach their potential, and it provides an equity and a sense of success for all those who are here and participate and try. 67,000 students graduated from public high schools in the state of Washington over these past few weeks. These students have endured increased graduation rates, state testing, and been held accountable like no other class. It is more difficult to earn a high school diploma today than it has ever been before. And with these increased standards, 2/3 of these young people will enter tech schools, apprenticeships, colleges, university, and the military, and a third will enter straight to the workforce. So regardless of their path, these seniors are ready for the next chapters of their lives. And as they begin their journeys, I want them to find their calling and not just a career. Because as you see, a career is simply just a job, but a calling is what you are made for. So in closing, I impart 3 small lessons of wisdom for these young people here today. Number 1, I will not have a problem if you aim high and miss, but I will have a deep concern if you aim low and hit. So always aim high and reach for your dreams. Number 2, it was Aristotle who said, "We are repeatedly what we do. Therefore, excellence can become a habit and not an act." So I want you to strive for excellence so it becomes a part of your daily habits and routines. Being average is easy. It takes courage to be excellent. And finally, I urge you to be yourself in the face of adversity. I urge you to choose right over wrong, choose ethics over convenience. Travel the path of integrity and understand it is never the wrong time to do the right thing. And I hope these few words will help you as your journey continues. So with that said, I'm very proud to introduce the following seniors: Hannah Isom, Cameron Daves, Miriam Kayongo, and Adam Ward, and they are under the direction of Mr. Justin Wisnes. They will perform a song titled, "Come and Find the Quiet Center."
Come and find the quiet center in the crowded life we lead. Find the room for hope to enter. Find the frame where we are free. Clear the chaos and the clutter. Clear our eyes that we may see all the things that really matter. Be at peace and simply be.
Good afternoon, students and beloved family of Rogers High School. My name is Miriam Kayongo, and this last year I have been privileged to have been the ASB Secretary of Rogers. Today, I'm here to introduce this year's guest speaker. This woman has not only served as my pre-AP English and AP Literature teacher, but also as a role model to me and many other students who you sit before today. Miss Hallberg is a long-term local. Don't judge too harshly, but she graduated from Bellarmine Preparatory School before moving north and attending Western Washington University. While there, she received a degree in English with minors in Women's Studies and American Cultural Studies. She then went on to earn her teaching certificate with a focus in English and theater arts. While in Bellingham, she also met her husband, who she said she convinced to move back to her hometown of Tacoma. They are fans of the Gritty City and now have 2 fabulous children to spend time with. Her most recent teaching efforts have included recertifying for national boards, a challenging teaching program, and serving as English department chair. She helps out at Rogers as the advisor for Honor Society and GSA. She has taught at Rogers for over a decade, appreciating the students and staff that make it a beautiful place to be. Without further ado, I present to you the woman who's inspired and shaped many of us, Ms. Hallberg.
Hello, gracious folks, graduates, family, and friends. We are fortunate today to come together to celebrate the fabulous work of these young people. Thank you, parents and family, Puyallup Community and School District, for all you have done to help them reach this stage. It has been my privilege to work at Rogers for 14 years. Some of the students here today I was lucky enough to get to know in my classroom. A few even survived 2 years with me. I learned so much about what their notions were of the things we studied, but also of who they are as people. And one thing I know for certain is that we as a society need the lovely, bright, risky, and brave notions of these young people. An English teacher by occupation, I always feel a call for context. We learn so much about what people create when we look at the world that surrounds them. Our stories are a composite of shared and personal history, and while these students' stories reflect events of the past, they have an unwritten future. As a member of the class of 1999, 20 years have passed since I walked up to a stage much like this one, feeling all the hope and dread of that moment. 1999 was a precarious time, much like 2019. Y2K concerns loomed, a new millennium approached, and people didn't seem to fully know what all that might mean. What would happen in a digital age if the things we trusted so much turned on us? Rogers grads, I know it's hard to imagine, but even back in those dark ages, we feared our dependence on the machines. This is before we accepted them as our benevolent overlords. Here in 2019, we just reached a historical milestone for women in the United States. As on June 4th, 1919, the 19th Amendment passed both chambers of Congress. A notable moment for all Americans, a date that speaks of the recency of an essential American right guaranteed for women, the right to vote. And in that persistence of the people of that movement, I feel like we can take a lot of inspiration. There was a young woman of this movement, a nurse named Lavinia Dock, who in 1917 captured her feelings thus: "What is the potent spirit of youth? Is it not the spirit of revolt, of rebellion against senseless and useless and deadening things? Most of all against injustice, which is of all the stupid things the stupidest. The young are at the gates." Lavinia Dock, like many of her era, saw the need for equality and change and doggedly pursued it. For her, standing outside those gates was an acknowledgement that she was being kept apart from her fundamental rights as an American. She battled against those gates at great personal risk, hearing no and knowing no was unacceptable. To be a young person sometimes means seeing things clearly that others do not yet understand. Sometimes this involves social justice. Sometimes it means explaining memes or gracious me fines. So graduates, I encourage you as young people to open your eyes and pay attention to the things that matter most to you. My teenage self certainly felt this call to action. For me, I was on the outside of a gate that prevented me from seeing my potential, from using that voice to speak about the things that mattered most to me. College allowed me to focus on the issues that filled me with righteous rage, to write, to speak, to protest. Now my place of persistence is the classroom, and it's an empowering thing to work with these students. We're in a time of great challenge and conflict as people. Undoubtedly, we feel the Sturm und Drang of our era, the collision of our greatest hopes and struggles. And as an educator, I feel better empowered and hopeful when I look at the students that sit here today, knowing that they will find their own ways to challenge and enliven the discourse moving forward, to recognize what is essential about furthering the American experiment. The young people that are moving forward today have their own causes to pursue. They will find the place to plant their feet. Rogers grads, your bravery is required for the great causes of you will uncover or continue the momentum of. You're taking up your moment in history. You have your own points of inspiration and struggle that must be overcome. Embrace your brief hour of madness and joy. And you know that have the people who believe in you, knowing that your hard work is worth it. We know that the young are at the gates, and we will be better for knowing you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Hallberg, for sharing those special words with us. The class of 2019 selected Grace Williams as their ASB president. Grace, will you please join us on stage?
Good afternoon. For many, this is a day you've been anticipating for the past 12 years of your life. And for the parents, this is the day you've been dreading for the past 12 years. Regardless, we're all here because of the parents, family, and support of administrators and teachers. I would like to take a moment to thank everyone sitting here in the stands who have gotten us here. If you would all please join me in giving them a round of applause. If we really think about it, this is the end of a chapter in our lives. Our lives have been a series of stories and collections of memories we have been writing since we were little. It all started in elementary school. They taught us how to read, write, and do basic math. They added to the pillars of our lives and influenced the way we think and make decisions now. We thought we were so big in our small worlds. In junior high, we learned how to make and build relationships. Of course, we continued to learn things such as basic algebra, how to write a thesis statement, and why atoms were important in the function of nature. We were safe in these places, but we were still learning how to be confident in ourselves. We didn't just feel small in our big worlds, we ran our small worlds. When high school started, we all came from various walks of life and met at this place called Rogers High School. We continued to learn. This time, it was impossible math equations, how to write a research paper, and the importance of forming our own opinions. Many of us learned how to drive and have become adults now. For some of us, we learned how to navigate life as we were living it. We made mistakes, but we learned and grew from them. The friends we have now are the ones we fostered on our own and learned how to create ourselves. Rogers High School is the last setting this chapter is taking place in, one of Ram Pride, where students bleed blue, of friendship and a community for most, a place where faculty has encouraged students to be unique and true to who they are. All in all, a place we have called home for the past 3 years. Now, we don't just feel big in these small worlds, we feel bold and confident in a big world, this place called real life. We've been writing our own stories and creating memories that we won't ever be able to forget. But lucky for us, we're not done writing them. As we move on, it's important to remember where we came from, but not let the past hold us back from what is to come. I know I am truly grateful that Rogers and this community has made me. And I would like to thank Rogers for allowing me to be your ASB president, as it has truly been an honor. I challenge all of you to push yourself, to be a better you, and to make the most of every opportunity you have coming in life. No one is saying it's going to be easy, but I urge you to pick up your pen and start writing this next chapter of your life. Thank you.
Thank you, Grace. Joey Anchetta was selected senior class president for the class of 2019. At this time, he will share a few words. Joey?
I want to begin by thanking everyone here in attendance and to the Puyallup School District for making this celebration possible. Some people in the audience today may say that all high schools are pretty much the same. But if you're a 2019 graduate of Rogers High School, you know that is simply not the case at our school. We are unique, we are compassionate, we are Rogers. A high school can only achieve greatness with great leadership. And believe me, we have the best in the nation. Principal Jason Smith was recently selected by Jostens as National Educator of the Year. Exactly. Not state, not regional, but National Educator of the Year. He's also the one who inspired me and said, Joey, you need to get those headphones out of your ears and get involved. I'd like to take this opportunity to honor Mr. Smith for his achievement as Jostens National Educator of the Year. Mr. Smith, would you please stand? Very few schools have an abundance of great teachers. At Rogers, we are the exception. As one of my classmates, University of California, Berkeley commit Crystal Choice said, quote, "My teachers here at Rogers taught me how to truly love learning, inspired me to find my own area of learning to excel at," end quote. Another 2019 graduate, Lily Cook, who is planning to major in education herself at Pacific Lutheran University, said that math and drama teacher Paul Hill taught her, quote, "that a teacher with an open heart can make all the difference in the world in a student's life," end quote. Min-Woo Cho said that English teacher Kate Bacon helped him, quote, "learn to write and achieve goals and prepare him for the next chapter after high school," end quote. These skills will no doubt prove priceless as he pursues a criminal justice degree next year at the University of Washington, Tacoma. These two educators are representative of the many incredible teachers who inspired our students at Rogers. And as a result of these fantastic teachers, we students flourish. And these same students support and inspire each other. Nowhere is this more evident than the support our student body, including many of our 2019 graduates, showed for our unified basketball team. Very few events bring together a sense of sincere support and compassion than when our gym is filled for our unified basketball games. Who can forget when one of our players, Kenzie McCornack, scored a basket in our last game? Who can forget when the room became electrified by every person in attendance? Kenzie later told me in our PE class that it was one of the most special feelings in the world. As PE teacher Lindsay Smith said about her, quote, "Kenzie has a heart of gold and is the epitome of what it means to be a good person," end quote. We are caring, we are compassionate, we are Rogers. After this very ceremony, we will take what we've learned here at Rogers from our leaders, our teachers, and ourselves and travel in 541 different directions across every corner of this planet. And as we move forward, we should not only remember our experiences here at Rogers High School, but cherish them as well. Because at the end of the day, it's the memories, the lessons, and the relationships that we formed here with each other that will help shape and set the precedent for the adults that we become. In conclusion, I would like to thank the class of 2019 for allowing me to be your senior class president. I truly consider it one of the greatest honors and privileges of my life. And always remember, we are Rogers. Thank you.
Thank you, Joey. This afternoon, I would also like to recognize the seniors here who will not only be receiving their high school diploma, but also their associate's degree as well. Can I please have all the graduates who are receiving their associate's degree, please stand and be recognized? Thank you. As we go through life, we undoubtedly go through struggles. However, we measure character on how we handle those struggles. It's easy to fold, quit, hide, or blame others when adversity comes crashing in. But trust me, character counts. And it's strength of character that allows one to stand tall and achieve. This afternoon, we are going to recognize a senior who has displayed this type of character. We affectionately call this award the U-Turn Award. The U-Turn was inspired by Mr. Sean Langston, who was a former administrator in the Puyallup School District, and more importantly, a Rogers High School graduate himself. Mr. Langston is currently serving as principal of Sequim High School. This is the second year we are giving this award. So would you please welcome Senior Diamond Scott to receive the U-Turn Award. Diamond? Once again, that's Diamond Scott with our second annual U-Turn Award. Can I have all the Rogers teachers and counselors please stand and remain standing? They're a little shy. Can I have all the Rogers teachers and counselors please stand and remain standing? Without your hard work, guidance, and support, these young people would not have made it to this point. Joining the Rogers staff, we have members from the Puyallup School District leadership team. These individuals work extremely hard in providing quality educational systems that allow students to succeed in our district. Can I have members of the district leadership team please stand and remain standing? Their efforts are greatly appreciated. We are also very fortunate and privileged to have the principals and assistant principals from the junior high and elementary schools that feed into Rogers High School. Together as a family, we are region number 2 of the Puyallup School District. So can I please have the principals and assistant principals from Woodland, Zyger, Firgrove, Carson, Brulette, Ballou, and Stall Junior High. Can you all please stand and be recognized? I'd like to thank all of you educators for supporting these young people today. Thank you very much. Our students here this afternoon are ready to embark upon some incredible journeys. They have acquired the knowledge and skill to go and enter the world and make a difference. However, we have some graduates here that have chosen a career in service. They have chosen to begin their lives after high school serving our country. Can I please have all the soon-to-be graduates who are entering the armed forces please stand and be recognized? Thank you. Before the presentation of diplomas, I have just a few announcements. Please try to refrain from the amount of excessive noise during presentations. We would like everyone to be able to hear all of the names of all of the graduates. We appreciate your assistance. B&B Photography will be on hand to capture each graduate on film as they receive their diplomas. You are under no obligation to purchase. Seniors have already received their order forms, and there are more back at Rogers. And now it's time for what we've been waiting for. Reading the names of the graduating seniors will be Mr. Peter Collins and Ms. Kim Pettit. On-time graduation specialist Stephanie Clarno and legendary counselor Mr. Tom Triple will assist with the distribution of diplomas. Dr. Yeomans, superintendent of the Puyallup School District, I certify that the students seated here this afternoon have completed all of the requirements for graduation. It is with great pleasure and with great pride that I present them to you.
I want to thank Grace for taking some time to express our thanks to each and every one of you who has stood behind these students and stood behind the efforts of our district to serve these students. Thank you all. Graduates, would you join me in one round of applause for the folks who've helped us? So seeing that all of the members of the Rogers graduating class of 2019 have met the requirements set forth by the state of Washington and by the Puyallup School Board. Director Keaton, Director Eyrig, they are now presented for the receipt of their diplomas.
Your first step. David Patrick Cavan.
Avery Leon Woodring Conway.
Cameron Therese Spalding.
Creston Newell Purse.
Naomi Ruth Hartley.
Jordan Lamar Rozier.
Carlos Hurtado.
Maya Ursula Diane Fortier.
Minwoo Cho.
Brianna Desion Tiasa West.
Allison Page Brewer.
Leona Nicole Thompson.
Ayana LaRose Pangilinan.
Amari Jamil Hurt.
Taylor C. Pack.
Alema K. Gago.
Chloe Rose Smiley.
Casey Buat Peralta.
Caitlin Sosi.
Cavante John Boos.
McKenna Eve Buell.
Jordan Malik Fisher.
Jackson Wyatt Bench.
Brandon Lee Erwin Gwynn.
Alita Diane Reinhart.
Micah Hassani Edwards.
Kyle James Peter.
Joseph Kendrick Anchetta.
Kyle Michael Burns.
Grace Ann Williams.
Justin Ray O'Neill.
Brinley Page Shakespeare.
Nathan James Job.
Brenna Amara Lanos.
Taylor Leanne Franich.
Mandy Shannon Fifield.
Kaylee Rachel Stalkop.
Miriam Namale Kiongo.
Madison Mabel Ann Egan.
Charles Vale Stevens.
Sulin Salome Degalado.
Jacob Timothy Blaskowitz.
Kobe Dylan Mitchell.
Zachary Jordan Deshaw.
Tiknu Noctron.
Dylan James Monga.
Austin Levi Tugman.
Caitlin Elizabeth Seamers.
Marissa Lynn Tate.
Sabrina Marie Ongberg.
Chloe Renee Gabrielle Marcella.
Emily Page Evans.
Nathan Russell Cochran.
Briston Taylor Green.
Matthew Simon Van Rosendale.
Chloe Madeline Donovan.
Ethan Moselle McAlpin.
Ashley Nicole Burke.
Thomas Carl Willie Huggerland.
Araya Hope Bedoy.
Reese Nathaniel Rivera.
Bryce Robert Midling.
Aiden Theodore Villa Rubinsky.
Tyler James Cummings.
Ashton James Barton.
Sierra Bryn Craigland.
Isabella Marie Villegas.
Jessica Jade Bucantis.
Jenna Grace Boyd.
Sahyun Kim.
Allison Riley Dahl.
Maya Abigail Weeks.
Aiden Cole Fernando.
Austin Jed Bergonia Sacro.
Braden Richard Stone.
Brandon Matthew Williamson.
Micaiah LeVay Gillespie.
Russell Sunming Brosnan.
Devin Michael Keith Greenfield.
Jeter Amos Ariano.
Dylan Anthony Harris.
Ashley Mae Moon.
Lindsay Marie Kiger.
Bailey Ann Garrett.
Emily Ann Svensson.
Christina Galdino De Jesus.
Clay Tubagahan.
Reina Ziomara Manzo.
Spencer Ryan Willoughby.
Perla Michelle Estrada.
Cameron Patrick Lamaji.
Ashley Martinez.
Blake Christopher English.
Yoshivano Castro Teacher.
Andrew Corsa Gardner.
Brooklyn Amelia Sacanti Welsh.
Dylan Jamie Perman.
Joseph Michael Lawson Messing.
Ty Jaden Earps.
Austin Dylan Young.
Braden Andrew Bach.
Amber Lorraine Frederick.
Jennifer Ann Potter.
Kayla Mackenzie Bauer.
Jane Kim.
Yamaleth Bonilla.
Caitlin Rose Kopaz.
Madison Alyssa Irwin.
Tori Lynn McConnell.
Desmond Kai Cockham.
Michael Patrick Dewar.
Mason Hyun.
Emily Noel Hendershot.
Ryan Francis Stratke.
Gabrielle Manette Clippert.
Timothy Ryan Seo.
Aviana Apfel.
Crystal Choi.
Montana Bree Benning.
Dylan Kai Askew.
Aiden Drew Dillon.
Sean Dimitri Good.
Nicholas James Templeton.
Trevor Eugene Horton.
Logan Tyler Cooey.
Keanu Waldemar Rivera.
David Owen Hearing.
Haley Corin Carroll.
Kelby James Bensonides.
Stephen Tyler Augustin Russell.
David Steele Dowell.
Trenton Matthew Armstrong.
Adeline Faith Rainwater.
Michaela Amber Jessup.
Ian Levi Sampson.
Rebecca Ann Benson.
Jaron Bailey Evans.
Austin Daniel Green.
Zoe Violet Thomas.
Isaac Lawrence Tamal.
Juliette Marie Amiat.
Logan Brent Madsen.
Joseph Song.
Matthew Ryan Brownell.
Daniel Isaac Lee.
Travis Scott McNair.
Braden Michael Gomi.
Aiden Christopher Dalrymple.
Corey Vanaloth.
Jason Michael Quintana.
David Yechon Kwok.
Austin Roland Harding.
Jonathan Tae Jung.
Ace Wheeler.
Jairus Miles Cruz.
Jaleh Nyla Williams.
Currency May Marie Reed.
Carly Ann Whipple.
Natalie Patience Green.
Emma Caitlin Stern.
Jamie Joelle Baker.
Brandon Wankala.
Jordan Tyler Bunton.
Noah Stephen Adam.
Jatavion Michael Hughes.
Christiana Grace Collins.
Zachary Samuel Wolf.
Christian Emmanuel Salpeter.
Khalib Raheem McKenzie.
Abiu Ortiz.
Caitlin Marie Lee.
Aze Odabamba.
Haley Aaron Byer.
Nagazi Odimba.
Gavin Michael Bishop.
Kirk Edward Cole.
Riley Tavita Schneider.
Soria Yum.
Aiden Jillian Moick.
Katie Dari Tour.
Logan Finley Walters.
Kyungjin Min.
Jacob Frank Ropo.
Reve Chantel Mitchell.
Austin Lee Gove.
Raznik Kaur Lally.
Destry Austin Eaton.
Fatim Dean Conte.
Allison Ann Teagues.
Tanzali Adele Chalmers.
Melanie Towery Ballard Harper.
Daisha Ellis.
Kanani Lynn Margaret Preston.
Alyssa Ann Susan Smith.
Jordan K. Broughton.
Vita Linda Bondarenko.
Edgar Lopez.
Trudy Ann Marie Hickson.
Jackson Wayne Moore.
Ebenezer Evelyn Crow.
Kayla Jasmine Edwards.
Philip Allen Duncan.
Heather Marie Myers.
Luke Edward Westover.
Sophie Allison Rang.
David Christopher Moore.
Santana Michael Candazo Fernandez.
Keegan Gale Exline.
Adrian Allen Lapar.
Cora Lynn Anseth.
Olivia Christine Worley.
Athena Renee Buchanan.
Juliana Florence Onqua.
Jessica Taylor London.
Kaylee Simone Webb.
Ariana Kyrie Hobbs.
Gianna Raylan Ruffin.
Tyrese Maxwell Dalmaida.
Tamar Narcisse Todman.
Anel Sanchez.
Madeline Louise Graverson.
Angela Saris.
Cameron Douglas Hillius.
Carla Melkor.
Mason G. Williams.
Michaela Michelle Orton.
Cameron Andrew Kestner.
Paoli De Jesus Mendoza Rodriguez.
Caleb William Cook.
Shirley Vasquez Reyes.
Aiden Tyler Heitman.
Malia Rose Mesa.
AJ Downey.
Magdalena Grace Maloney.
Jason Robert Kober.
Jenny Mai.
Tyler Allen Neal.
Diamond Kalian Scott.
Brayden Jamel King.
Shadaisy Montana Sonicson.
Josiah Maurice Drain.
Shalyn Renee Anderson.
Aaron Alexander Artis.
Lauren Doty.
Aaron William Camu.
Alondra Ruby Villegas Lopez.
Malik Jalen Laws.
Amber Rose Todd.
Caitlin Marie Cameron.
Brianna Lynn Kivlin.
McKenna Suzanne Ferguson.
Spencer Taylor.
Antonio Richard Baez.
Taylor Ray Begley.
Bailey Jade Burns.
James Duncan.
Zaydib Maher Alkadban.
Ryan Yip.
Sarah Joanna Crowell.
Jonathan Doan.
Callie Reagan Steffen.
Maggie Lee.
Jordan Alexander Hayward.
Kaylin Elizabeth Diaz.
Jonah Hans Mulcrone.
Madeline Unzon Chin.
Dylan Anthony Nasnick.
Amanda Grace Comey.
Jaron Tyler Brown.
Grace Elizabeth Gillespie.
Hanad Abdullahi Abdullahi.
Eric Shute.
KJ Andrew Faliga.
Kimberly Doan.
Jason Lee Kwok.
Adrian Gazar.
Marcus Alexander Harris.
Nicholas Daniel Lehman.
Clarissa Naomi Saxtetter.
Kyler Horner.
Tiffany Lynn Clowers.
Caleb Jensen Cole.
Joanna Jean Atkins.
Skylar Alexander Cohen.
Hannah Elaine Isom.
Luis David Oris Aparacio.
Adam Wells Ward.
Rachel Megan Ruel.
Rachel Turner.
Arthur Jordan Raymond Key.
Yasmin Catalina Mendoza.
Kevin Scott Woodard.
Lauren Alexa Hopkins.
Riley Spry Lund.
Nicole Alita Bove.
Evan Allen Shank.
Angelique Star Nexall.
Jillian Marie Shelton.
Jessica Garcia.
Samuel Jin Ferraro.
Sienna Elaine Flum.
Matthew Marcus Satterland.
Savannah Rain Flum.
Aiden Banks Lesser.
Kelsey Marie Backer.
Bailey Renee Connors.
Mackenzie Louise Perry.
Melina Marie Gonzalez.
Kalani Marie Woolery.
Alexander E. Pack.
Cicely Marie Cotarelli O.
Andrea Louise Doris.
Madison Cora Perkins.
Christopher Blake Posey.
Jasmine Lynn Teofilo.
Trey Anthony Liddell.
Drake Thomas Lufkin.
Mariah Rochelle Ryan.
Melanie Marie Young.
Matthew Allen Mahaffey.
Lily Catherine Cook.
Connor Stevens.
Tanner Dallin Heatherly.
Tyler Douglas Combs.
Benjamin Joseph Wheat.
Abigail Louise Keith.
Kelsey Renee Hayden.
Marie Rose Hoffman.
Josie Rose Williams.
Carissa Shanae Reynolds.
Ethan Mateus Kipp.
Emma Bell Whaley.
Harpreet Kaur.
Crystal Teenan.
Harleen Kaur Alawalia.
Bryce Trevor Hanley.
Serena Mackenzie Peluso.
Michael Justice Beckel.
Kirsten Brianna Lansdale.
Jeffrey Michael Bolin.
Diana Kushner.
Tora Tran.
Caitlin Marie Gonzalez.
Servando ECE Leo.
Armando Leon.
Michael Anthony Dean.
TJ Kerr.
Gage Weston Blanchard.
Zachariah Clark Hillen.
Tristan Bradley Jensen.
Jeremy Owen Klosser.
Jonah Edward Alfred Mays.
Nicholas Carter Chavez.
Brandon James Barber.
Raisha Ayana Berry.
Mia Marie Ryan.
Sierra Lily Shotwell.
Benjamin Joseph Anderson.
Rihanna K. Ruston.
Brenda Kamala.
Evelyn Rose Stevens.
Jordana Lee Raimundo.
Felicia Pointer.
Raina Paz.
Cameron Walker Daves.
Deontay Gomez.
Brian Victor Whitman.
Sean Andrew Hillman.
Jacob Charles Lolliton.
Brian Marshall Tassag.
Spencer Lawrence Doan.
Cole Patrick Talbot.
Dylan Bede Beaker.
Anthony Jerome Feebig.
Christina Fodor.
Matthew Pablo Gomez.
Rona Maline Ulu.
Caitlin Sabrina Atkins.
Antonina Kim Masania.
Grupal Singh.
Dallas Tishara Faosagatu Lavale.
Daniel Joseph O'Brien.
Erickson Lewis Hayes.
Cade Matthew Harrison Villon.
Aiden Rome Morgan.
Tara Lynn Regina Cruz.
Jacob Robert Davison.
Jane Nicole Randolph.
Brody William Gildea.
Kylie Olivia Hizan Manuel.
Dylan James Christian.
Emil Lester Alex Ferrardo.
Damian Sean Gurton.
Alex Scott Irid.
Ryan Forbes Steiger.
Christina Renee Harris.
Leon Edson Tacey.
Alyssa Kathleen Enlow.
Matthew Ryan Sawicki.
Evelyn Castillo.
Gavin Tiernan Warkaki.
Karen M. Jimenez.
Mizukami Yoon.
Maria Guadalupe Lopez.
Javarian Deontay Seiler.
Braden Daniel Evans.
Kaylee May Ann Akers.
Garrett Mitchell Hawthorne.
Mira Taylor Johnson.
Mateus Faria Murray.
Keaton Nicholas Hammond.
Andrew Lee Paradis.
Gabriel Ilio Roleri.
Arvin Joshua Batista Gudea.
Chloe Kendall Huffman.
Giselle Villarubia Saria.
Alexandra Mariah Conway.
Diana Rose Lamalo Fitzpatrick.
Austin Curtis Hayden.
Mark John DeClements.
Grayson H. Sillings.
Marissa Lee Almond.
Joshua T. Ostendorf.
Kaylee Leanne Swaim.
Zoe Lee Kuzer.
Kira Nicole Rao.
Chloe Alexis Talley.
Megan Rose Commons.
Christopher Stephen Bauk.
Shelby Lynn Johnson.
Austin Taimani Asosa Nakasani Iru.
Carmen Singh.
Giovanni M. Warren.
Miles Dante Fashana.
Chandler Noel Adrians.
Mahari Isaiah Mallory.
Juliana Kristen Dowd.
Jordan Nicholas Griffin.
Sarah Christine Lamaji.
Fernando Hernandez Sataita.
Bailey Catherine Adrians.
Alan Arcades Vasquez Lopez.
Emily K. Ralston.
James Roger Campbell.
Tyreek Derek Lewis.
Kaylee Ann Erickson.
Claire Isabel Connor.
Tran Tehan Tam Win.
David Allen Bryan.
Julie Juhei Kim.
Jenna Nicole Smith.
Andrea Sebastian Udland.
Haley Elizabeth Maga.
Daisy Ann Hinkle.
Dorian Lee Taylor.
Taishi Caleb Franks.
Pacey Lee Reyes.
Gunnar Dutch Todd Douglas Hayden.
Alexander David DeVore.
John Richard Campbell.
Sebastian Bradley Bowles.
Jacob Taylor Bonner.
Caitlin Kolev.
Gabriel Michael Gonzalez.
Sydney Ann Isaacson.
Braden Jeffrey True Shannon.
Harper Blue Micaiah Frost.
Aaron Rachel Thomas.
Eric Joshua Burdette.
Caitlin Mayan Bender.
Joseph Keith Ewers.
Mary Jane DeLuna.
Travis Orion Welker.
Mojave Tarina Fahagov.
Diego Castellanos.
Maria Isabel Hinks Reyes.
Shane William Charles Arsberger.
Gabrielle Maria Lopez McBain.
Lucas Vaughn Anderson.
Austin Porter Jager.
Lennox Floyd Anderson.
Taylor Macaulay Shell.
Alberto Jose Alenza Rodriguez.
Kaylee A. Fillmore.
Jesus Adolfo Francisco Zuniga.
Taya Nicole Murray.
Kamari Dennis.
Kari Helen Miller.
Seth E. Lane.
Katie Marie Nunemacher.
Elijah A. Lane.
Hunter Irvin Shipman.
Connell U. Houston.
Madeline Jasmine Van Cleve.
Maddie Elaine Glasser.
Amanda Jasmine Fuller.
Richard Taryn McAllister.
Hunter Matthew McCann.
Akashit Singh.
Arlene C.
Tyler Zachary Holmes.
Nicole Leanne Ross.
Wiley H. Keogh.
Olivia Diaz.
Jordan Chase LeBlanc.
Blake Anthony Post.
Zachary Michael Sapp.
Jeremy Michael Melton.
Emily Jane Scott.
Noel Joseph Choquette.
Sarah Carilo.
Fantima Bangura.
Cheyan Gu.
Nadia Cisse.
Eamon Josiah Rind.
Bilikisiu Cisse.
Xavier Stephen Gataguta.
Zanaya Sierra Ellis.
Carol Marie Smith. Ethan C. Charles.
The class of 2019. ASB Treasurer Mandy Fifield, will you please come to the podium for the turning of the tassel? Mandy?
Hey Rogers Senior Class of 2019. Although this may mark the end of our time together, it also starts a new journey that each of us will continue to go through as we continue on with life. Regardless of the path we will all follow, I can safely say that we will always look back and remember the special moments that we've shared together. And well, this is one of these moments. It is moments like this where we really cherish and hold on to forever. I'd first like to thank anyone we consider family, because without your love and support, we wouldn't be where we are today. I would like to thank the teachers and staff of Rogers High School and any other teacher or staff before that for providing their undivided attention to make us better students and people. Lastly, I would like to thank the community for creating a friendly environment and atmosphere for the students of Rogers High School. It's a scary thought to be out on our own, but with all that we have been given, it is up to us to go out there and take on the world. As we depart from this day in preparation for wherever life leads us and whatever we decide to do, just remember we were all once Rams. With that being said, I would like to ask the Rogers class of 2019 to please rise. On the count of 3, let's turn our tassels from right to left and officially graduate. 1, 2, 3. Congratulations, class of 2019. You have officially graduated.
And now, for our final words, will Brinley Shakespeare, ASB Vice President, please come to the podium for one final Blue Train cheer. Brinley?
We did it, Rams. Let's give ourselves a little round of applause. It really is a privilege to stand before you today. I can honestly say that looking at your faces makes me proud to be a Ram. We've used the Ram as our identity for the past 3 years. We shout it at games, assemblies, wear it on our shirts and banners. We speak of Ram pride, and I wonder if we know what this really stands for. The ram is a symbol of tradition, perseverance, and leadership. This animal represents power and greatness. Each of us are true examples of what it meant to be a ram. We have withstood the test of times in the classroom, the field, the court, the stage, and in our community. Today we stand as a collection of different walks of life. We will leave behind the hallowed halls of Rogers High School and continue our journey. We may be going our separate ways and on to bigger things, but one thing we will always have in common is being a ram. Let us take our ram pride, tackle our dreams, take courage, and have the power to lead others as a ram does. Let us put our horns in front and plow the path that is before us. My hope today is that we can keep this connection wherever each of us go, and use the symbol to connect to our peers, teachers, and Rogers High School that we have called our home. As we move forward in life and continue our paths towards greatness, let us remember the place we started, because without being a ram, we wouldn't be here today. We are Ram Pride. Now, I cannot think of a better way to celebrate our last memories together as Rogers Rams than to end with the loudest Blue Train. To do this right, I'd like to invite Micah Edwards, the senior spirit leader, to join me on stage.
Are y'all ready? One last time. Can't stop that blue train. Can't stop that blue train. Can't stop that blue train. All aboard.
On behalf of the staff at Rogers High School and the Puyallup School District, this concludes our program. Thank you. Get home safely.